Little bit of M&M to finish off the day here. We got Matthew and Brandon back at Maddie's Auto Repair, finishing up on this gorgeous Monte Carlo. Kind of miss mine. I love the company truck more though. Can't beat a good deal. So we have done a lot of things to this, and this will be the last video before the holiday here. I wanted to point out though, and man, Brandon and I should start getting sponsorships for the WD-40, right, Brandon?
Yes, we should.
I love that Aris, that pressurized can that the customer brought us. That thing, spray and pray, because I'm not concerned about wasting WD-40, that's for sure. What we have here though, I have used this set my entire career. We have a Mastercool Master Universal Hydraulic Flaring Tool. This thing, I gotta tell you, I bought one of these for 250 bucks back in the day when I was in college. Thanks to Brandon, after it got a little used, we had to buy another one. It got a little wore out. But this thing is handy. So you can make all types of flared connections, brake line connections. I have the dies for the tranny coolers. I have the push connect fittings that we would have right here for fuel line. This will connect to a nylon line that is going to then connect to our fuel filter. And then we can also, I bought this from the parts store, but it also does create this type of style fitting where you can put the O-ring on for the fuel filter. Right on that side. And I gotta tell you, for the guys out there that have used, I used in my career one time the hand flaring tool. It pissed me off so much, I went out and spent the money when I was a younger technician to get the Mastercool flaring tool set. And yes, the new kit's pricey. What did I pay for that, Brandon? I think it was
on the upwards of $700.
Was it that much? Holy shit! I didn't even look at the invoices anymore. I need a tool, I get it. And I got my money's worth out of the first one, because I used that made money for Badger, that made money for all the dealers I was at up here in the UP and the northern woods of Wisconsin. Brake lines, fuel lines, we make good money doing that stuff, because a lot of times you can't get a line from the manufacturer. You got to take a steel line and then or a roll, and you got to maneuver it around and bend it. And one thing I was really impressed with Brandon about, I showed this kid how to use the flaring tool once. There was a little bit of an education there. We're not going to talk about that today, but I tell you, when I tell Brandon something once, he seems to get it done. I like to flare the original lines. I'll spend the time to take the line out in one piece so I can kind of copy the factory bends, get it back to where it needs to be, especially if it's a decent looking car like this Monte Carlo here. But that's the difference between me and other shops. It's not just slap and go, you know, just cobble together. I've seen technicians over my years go to Napa, get 5 different unions that they can pile on top of this thing just so they get the right connection to the brake caliper or the brake line that they're doing. Not at Maddie's. I will take the time to make a line from scratch, flare it, make it look professional, one fitting, one connection. My old boss Jeff used to bitch at me all the time when I first started at a Badger way back in the day. This reminds me of another story. You'll get a kick out of this one, Brandon. When I started at Badger back in the day, I asked Jeff for a roll of 20 feet of brake line, and he fucking laughed at me. He's like, "What the hell is that? We don't have that shit." I laughed because they own a parts store. They own Breeze in town at the time. And they sold 20 feet of brake line. Comes in a roll, all coiled up. You unravel it. The cool thing is, brake line and that steel line, very malleable. I don't like using the copper stuff. That's too malleable. I love using the steel though, because it's really durable. And again, If you have a shop or technician that spends the money on their tools, they will get a quality job done and get it done right. And to the Jeffs out there laughing at me because they didn't know what the fuck 20 feet of brake line was, just makes me laugh. Have a good holiday, everybody. Again, this will be the last video from Maddie's this weekend.